What is going on, collectors? Optical 20 back for another video review. Today we're gonna take a look at a figure that I normally wouldn't have, but caught my eye. So we're gonna talk about Buzz, or just Lightyear, the deluxe version from Hot Toys. I've seen positive reviews, and I consider this a one-off, so it caught my eye. Watched some reviews, and I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I watched the movie because I haven't really seen the movie. I thought it was a pretty good movie, honestly. And so I was just like, you know what? I love Toy Story. Why not? You know, I know it's not the Toy Story that I loved when I was younger, but it's still Buzz Lightyear. So let me go ahead and let's take a look at this unboxing. I think that the deluxe version is a must-have. I mean, you get socks, the cat, and the computer, and the jetpack. It just completes the overall look. If you are gonna get one, I suggest, you know, just forking out the extra, what, $60 to get this. So this is what you're gonna get. But I think socks is a must-have, like a character that is vital into the story. And also, even if you're not a fan of the movie Lightyear, I mean the jetpack itself, I think it's, you know, it kind of represents the old school Lightyear or Buzz that we know and love from the previous Toy Story. But this is a really cool figure. It comes with decent amount of accessories, and you got that I think that's a gun. I don't know what you call that, but it is nice. Let's see, I see blaster cannon. Okay, blaster cannon with a laser gun, a blade, and all, and you got a handcuff. So the one on the top, that's exclusive to, and you got some extra wrist pegs. They're huge. And once you carry Lightyear here, I wish there was some diecast parts, so it's a bit heavy, because it's not light, but it's just not. It doesn't get the same feeling as an Iron Man figure. And you got the dynamic pulse pole here, but it's not super long, which is cool. I don't mind it at all. This one, you could put him with that waist grabber, because this is all plastic. None of this is rubber or anything like that, so I don't think you are gonna damage this long term if you decide to use that waist grabber on his waist for a long period of time. So this is cool. I actually do like it. The moment you open it up, you hold it, it just feels nice. So you got some accessory. You got a pointy finger. You got some hands that are, I don't know, it's open palm, but the pinky is pushed forward. So he could technically use this to hold the blade. You could. And that goes onto it's technically a relaxed hand, but you could, yeah. And then you got this trigger finger hand, which is, you know, you could use that to hold the gun, the blaster that he does have, but also use it to hold the blade. So multi-purpose here. But yeah, technically they're relaxed hand, pointy finger. And the other hand, it's a karate chop hand, because he does karate chops, you know. Or a salute, I guess. You know, I'll just use this for salute. And then you get the handcuff right here. It doesn't open, at least not that I know of. I don't think it opens up. So you're gonna remove the hand, insert it on the peg. It has some nice, you know, like decals on it, like some markings. And you get his gun, his laser gun, with also a lot of details on it, and it's magnetic, so it would just attach to his right leg. It says SRDX01. It looks really cool. I like the way it looks. There's a lot of details on it, and he used this for the most part on the movie, which is his blade, which the blue part does come off. It's I wish it did light up though. That's the only thing, because on the movie it does light up, but there's a lot of, you know, textures and stuff in here. And you do have this blaster cannon on his right arm, again nicely painted. Yeah, it looks like there's buttons in there and a screen. he used this a lot too. So if you want to, you don't have to remove it from his arm. And you got a dome that, well, you just kind of put it on top of his head. It doesn't like close and open by itself, nothing like that. And you got the basic stand, which is nice. It says Lightyear, very stylish with this dynamic pole. And now we go to the deluxe version. You got Socks, who does have a lot of articulation. I don't mind this seams on his body because, I mean, it's an animated movie to begin with. It's not like he looks like a real cat. I mean, he's robotic cat. Spoiler alert. So I'm totally fine. You can have him sitting down. I'm just saying him. I don't know what it looks like a him. But yeah, you can do a lot with Socks in here. Outside of putting it inside his helmet. Because on the movie he kind of went in there. And this is the Socks computer. I guess when it took him 60 years to develop that, to solve the equation. But he did. So this one opens up as well. There's a whole lot of details in it. That's pretty cool. So this little screen right here flips up, and it looks like one of those old school calculators. Oh, there's some looks like inputs on the side, and he gives you that old school like gray, IBM computers back in the day. But yeah, look at that. When he just discovered the formula to I forgot what they're trying to do there. Honestly, I don't know. That's what they insert on the ship. And then you got his jetpack, which is pretty awesome. And then there's a lot of details in here. And then you could switch out the wings as well. Space. Okay, so I'm looking at it's Space Ranger Alpha Buzz Lightyear. I guess that's his name. All right. But yeah, a lot of details in here with his wing pack and 2 styles of interchangeable wings. And the way you attach it, look in the back, via magnet. So no need to, finagle with this. When you're trying to insert it in his back, it just snaps on its own. But it is cool. Very cool. Kind of reminds me of the RoboCop 3 jetpack in a sense. But this one is, I guess, twice as convenient, because as you can see here, you don't need to play around with different things. Oh, you want it, you want the wing to be just down? There you go. I wish the actual wing has some mechanism, like spring loaded, but I'm okay with this. I'm also okay with this. So let's take a look at his, I guess, armor/suit. So this entire piece is made out of plastic, which is not bad. I wish there was some die-cast parts to it, so it will feel premium. But looking back at it now with that statement, he is a toy from Toy Story, and the actual toy does not have any die-cast pieces. Now this movie doesn't feel like he was a toy. It feels like he is an actual Space Ranger from something. So yeah, I'm conflicted there, because technically I grew up as Buzz being a toy. But it is nicely painted. As you can see, there's a lot of weathering, battle damage to it. The suit is very functional. We will go over that in the articulation section. We're just gonna discuss, that right there does have some magnets where his laser gun would just attach. Very convenient. The paint, I like this kind of painting, because even if you scratch this, it would just blend in. When the overall finish is like this, you don't mind it. Let's say you drop it, things happen, it would just blend right in. Still don't, try to be careful. But yeah, he's not tall, he's a bit wide, but just the overall, and I was surprised, because honestly I thought this was a bad idea to begin with. I thought, putting Buzz Lightyear for almost $350 is just terrible, because you can get one at Kohl's for a fraction of the price. And you still could. And you can see also the blade is attached via magnet. But as a high-end collector, you have it on your shelf. It is beautiful. I'm not gonna lie. I totally switched out my stance on this one because I always thought that this was not unnecessary. Let's just put it that way. I liked it so much that you'll see it here. I went to Ross and picked up Zerg because it was like $4.99. I was hoping that I could pick up those Zerg bots, the robot, the yellow ones, but I couldn't find one. But I like it. You know, like overall, it is aesthetically, it's beautiful. You can see that you can open up his gauntlet there. I know he was narrating his journey in the beginning of the movie. I guess that's for communication or for recording, whatever the case may be. But that is nice. Let's take a look at the head sculpt. So in here, I tried to, of course, this is a different expression, but I tried replicating it as much as I could because I think Hot Toys did a fantastic job. And look at that. Look at that transition right there. And even the lights, I try to replicate it as much as I could. Now I'm going to turn it on because it does have rolling eyeball system. The expression that they picked, I think is pretty good. You know, it's in the mid where he's not angry, he's not completely smiling. So the expression is neutral enough, but has some character to it. That once you move the eye around, like in this case, it's looking right. He looks like he's thinking. You could create expressions just by moving the eyes. Would I like more facial expressions? Yes, absolutely. Even if I had to pay a little bit extra. Because, you know, I think it adds value, especially if you're doing photography. And don't get me wrong, I love the rolling eyeball system. But since the faceplate itself is removable, I would have loved to see more. You know, that's just me. But I like how this was implemented. It's a bit harder at first to remove the faceplate. I'm not gonna lie. It's kind of scary because, you know, it's like pulling and tugging. You'd have to hold the chin. You gotta use your fingernails and all that stuff. I luckily I never had to. I kind of just developed this method. But it's still not as convenient as it could be. So you remove that. It's held via magnet, and the magnet is pretty strong. Now you got this 2 eyeball sockets. You only use your fingers. You don't need a joystick. I mean, like a stick for this one. So you hold it, you move it around. You know, the camera's not focusing here, but you get the idea. And this is why I thought another faceplate would have benefited this figure. As you can see, it's very easy. And then you put that in, and you can kind of change the expression here. His eyes are big though, so having him looking down, looking intense, it's gonna be hard because at the end of the day, he's an animated character, and then you put the dome in if you want to, and you get a character that looks totally different when the first time we started this. So that is pretty cool right there. And articulation wise, again, he feels like an Iron Man figure because of the armor. The head sculpt, you can't remove it, so you could turn it, you know, left and right. Looking down is a bit of a stretch there. Looking up, I wish he could have looked up more so you could simulate, you know, like the flying pose that he does have when he got his jetpack. Now the arms could extend. He does have some kind of like a butterfly on his arm, shoulder, chest area. This could bend pretty tight, but as you can see, the armors are kind of hitting each other on the bicep. You could extend the waist, and as you can see there, it's already like moving left and right, and you could also pull it up a la Iron Man. You know, you could also do that on his legs. You can see there's 2 joints or points of articulation in the chest and the abdomen, and here you could pull down the leg. Just, you know, initially it's a bit tough, but once you do, you can see the difference there, the gap on his thigh, but now you can have him kick up higher and maybe even more. I didn't really push this on the movie. It's not like he's doing crazy poses and whatnot, but you can see double jointed on the knee. You also have some ankle pivot and articulation there, bicep swivel, shoulders and all that good stuff. So overall, if you like posing your figure, you wouldn't be disappointed, because he is not a DX09 where he can't move. He actually could move. So speaking of which, we're gonna put him in some poses before we wrap this thing up. This is him. If you didn't get the deluxe version, so you don't have the jetpack, and that's pretty unfortunate, because it's a staple in Buzz Lightyear's look. That's why if you could, I would highly recommend the deluxe version. But it does look cool. As you can see here, it's flying. All I can ask for is maybe the tilt on the head to go up a little bit, so maybe I can go down on my camera and have him looking up, simulating this flying pose. And this is when they first landed. He is with socks and his what do you call this, blaster cannon on his right forearm, trying to deter those. I think they were being attacked by the Zerg bots at this time. Kind of reminds me really of, and he was wearing orange jumpsuit here, of Dagobah, right? Like from Star Wars. Gives you that vibe where you got this, carrier, and he's holding a cat, and he's wearing this orange jumpsuit. And here he is. Oh man, the green clipped on him in his chest. But yeah, doing the salute pose. It's not really a salute, it's a karate chop hand, but you could use it as such. And then, yeah, the green on the green screen just attacked his screen as well. But he looks pretty cool. You see him, and he can stand firmly on his own. He does have those wide feet, and the ankle pegs that he does have are pretty sturdy. So you could easily achieve this pose. I gotta lower the opacity on this one right here. Okay. Yeah, here he is, looking pretty nice with some smoke. And this is the one that I picked up, like I said, with Zerg. On Ross, we were like walking around with my kids, and I was just like, yeah. My kid was like, I don't want this. I was like, it's not for you. It's not height accurate, of course, but I could use him for background and all that stuff. So that is good enough. I don't want a massive toy anyway, but $4, $4.99, $5 basically. And there you go, guys. Lightyear. Final thoughts on Lightyear. I love this. I didn't thought I would like it more than I did. I also didn't thought that I was gonna like the movie, because Toy Story is kind of sacred to me. I love every Toy Story movie. I just feel like it gets better. Even Toy Story 4 was fantastic. And so this, I heard so many, not so good things about it. I watched it. I liked it. I had no problems with it whatsoever. I actually did like the movie. So I was like, I'm going to pick it up, which I did. And no regrets whatsoever. Initially, I thought I did. Initially, I thought this was a bad idea. This is a toy that is supposed to be a cheap toy, and we're making it super expensive. Why can't I just buy the actual representation of the toy to pick it up at Walmart or something? But no, you got this. This feels like first and foremost, he wasn't a toy in the movie. You feels like you do have just like a highly detailed version of that character. Let's just put it that way. And one-offs, as you know how I feel about one-offs, I love me some one-offs. So overall, don't regret picking this up. If you wait a little bit, I think this might go on sale. I don't know. This has been out for a while now, and not the most popular figure out there, and I understand why. But for me, I like it. I'm happy that I picked this up. And if you want to pick up yours, I'll put the link down below. I suggest you pick up the deluxe version. But thank you for watching. Hopefully you like this video. Let me know in the comments if you have one and what do you think about the figure. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video.